Are live. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Freedom, where the talk is cheap, but at least the thoughts are free. I am one part of the host today. I am Professor D. And over here, you see we have Dre, the man of the hour.
What's up,
Dre, how
y'all?
you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing good. Can't complain. It doesn't make sense to complain anyway because nobody cares.
Exactly.
No, but man,
Exactly. It gets you nowhere.
it gets you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere fast. But no, man,
Nowhere real
overall doing
fast.
very well. Doing very well. I mean, just blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings.
That's right. Man, I just noticed I went live and didn't put a title on it, but
It
oh
won't
well.
let you. It lets you go live without a title.
It looked like it did. Oh, title option. Yeah, it says it's live now. I'm putting the title right now.
Boom, bang, connect. Yeah. So I don't know. Ooh, wow. No, I just see myself in one of the monitor screens, and
Yeah.
it's showing up a second later. So like a minute ago, I was like all up in the doggone camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do we got to talk about tonight? Did anything happen over the week?
Man, we got a lot to talk about, man. Um, I guess we could start with probably the biggest thing in the news right now. I actually want your opinion on the whole should we get into that now?
You want my opinion? Nah, we don't. Just save the best for later.
Okay.
Let's
All
get
right.
let's get hype first.
Well,
Tell the
I
people to
wanted
share
to
the friend,
actually
share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Stuff like that. You know.
tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
Come on in and join us.
I forgot to send a link to John just in case he can join us.
Well, go ahead and do that, Mr. Master Engineer.
I've done it. Not too much of a master because half of my OBS, I need somebody to come on over here and See, you be setting
Hey,
yourself up for these situations, man. I don't know why you keep on doing it to yourself, bro, but it's okay. I'm every time you set
hold on.
yourself up, I'm gonna hit you with it too.
I set myself up for it.
Yeah. Who's the real
I guess
engineer?
so.
Who's the real engineer around here? You tell me.
Man, look, you got engineers of all walks of life.
Yeah, it's levels. It's levels to this shit.
Exactly.
It's
There's a lot of lateral movement too. But yeah, man. As far as me, weekend was or the week actually was pretty good. But I guess we could start off with it's kind of a serious story, but it kind of bothered me. I had an experience a couple of days ago, man, and
Uh-oh.
it really disturbed me to see where we are in these times. So
Hold
check
up,
this out.
hold up, y'all. Hold up. Share the video. Devar's about to get personal, y'all. Share the video. Tell a friend to tell a friend, because we're not just talking. We're not just talking about random people no more. We're talking about Devar right now and his situation.
Yeah, man. It had me in my feelings, man. I felt the way.
Damn, you got feelings, bro?
Sometimes it depends on the situation. It
All
depends on
right,
the
Richie.
situation. When people going through stuff, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah. When people just acting a fool, then nah, I really don't care for it. So how I check? Hold on, man. Before I do this, how do I check the live on my phone? I see it going live on the
So
computer,
you got to
but
go to your Facebook, because it don't be Facebook be tripping, bro. You got to go to your Facebook and then
yeah.
go to your profile. Like, you can't
Mm-hmm.
just go to your timeline because you'll never see it. Especially if you have a lot of people on there. But once you go to your timeline, then you'll see it. Like, I see it. Well, you know, the funny thing is, the good thing is that I see it as soon as I get on. I see it. So let me share it. You found it?
Yes. urbancountryfilms.com. All right.
So while we doing this, tell me about the story.
Yep.
Tell me about the story. I want to give my opinion.
Well, check this out.
Yeah.
So I'm making my rounds during during the day. Nothing out of the ordinary. Getting the kids together to come back to the school,
Mm-hmm.
picking them up from school, and I made a stop at Publix afterwards. Went into Publix and I noticed that I had to use the restroom. So I went to the restroom, but I noticed there was a guy in one of those, the carts that's provided by Publix.
The ones that sit down, like they gotta
Yeah,
the, okay, like a
the ones you
wheelchair
sit
almost.
down in.
Yeah,
Yeah, those.
yeah.
So the there's a gentleman there. He's in front of the bathroom in one of those carts.
Okay,
The basket in the front is filled up,
okay.
and I see him talking to people, and I see people walking past him. And I don't know what the deal is. So as I'm walking up, he was like, "Excuse me, young man, do you think you could help me?" And keep in mind, I'm in a rush. I got to get back to this. I got to do what I
You
got
got a
to do.
million things
Everyone
going
has a
on. You're in the
million and one
zone.
things to do
Yeah.
during the day. So I was like, sure. What do you need help with? Like, can you just help me get out of this seat? Now, this was a heavy set guy, older guy.
Right.
And I'm like, I could try. Tried to give him one hand. It didn't really work out too well. So I had to give him two, and I had to plant my feet in the ground. I felt like I was back in the gym,
Yeah. Okay.
squatting.
He was working.
So I helped him up, right? Helped him up. He got on his feet. So he says, "Can you hold the bathroom door open for me?" This
Okay.
man is literally walking and touching the walls to try to stay standing. And in the corridor of the bathroom, there's a spot where there's no wall. He just wants to get to the urinal.
Yeah.
So um he put his hand on my shoulder, and I kind of walked him to the urinal
Right.
so he can handle his business.
Yeah.
The sink is way on the other side. So what I did was I got some paper, got a bunch of paper,
Mm-hmm.
put some soap on it, soaked it, wrang out it a little bit,
Yeah.
and gave to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, so that way you don't
You don't
have
gotta
to.
struggle to get over there, right?
Right. Well, keep in mind, I'm 5'10". He's about 6'2",
Damn.
but heavy.
Right.
Heavy.
So he's bigger than you, all sideways, up and down, left and
Yes,
right. He's
yes,
bigger than you every
yes.
which way.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
You ain't got no leverage.
So I'm trying to make it as easy for him as possible. Keep in mind, I gotta go. You know what I mean?
Fuck around and he falls.
Man, look, you ain't hear the whole story yet. You laughing now. So I use the restroom, wash my hands, I'm getting ready to go, and I notice he's ready to go too. So I hold the door for him. We basically just repeated the step.
Right.
He went to sit down in that cart. I tried to help him. When I say, like, he sat, he leaned back.
Mm-hmm.
When he fell back into that seat and screamed out, I thought I would have to take this man to the hospital. He was fine, but he says, don't worry about it. This is how I have to get in to the seat, because he literally just fell into the seat. He can't go slow. Like, you ever see people with those big legs, but it's like really soft, and he has like around the calf area, it just looks very soft. Like he could barely walk.
He can't. So the calves can't support all that weight.
No. So, he asked me, "How old are you?" And I told him I'll be 40. And he was like, "I'm 79. And this is where the story gets crazy, because the dude starts crying, bro. And he tells me, "Do you know how long I've been waiting to use the bathroom? Everybody is walking past me, and you're the only one that stopped and helped me." He was like, I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you. And I'm telling you right now, do not take anything in your life for granted, because I did when I was younger. And when it was taken away from me, everyone says you get to a ripe old age. This shit isn't fun. I have to live out my life like this. And all I wanted to do was use the restroom. You see everyone getting up and just running with their good legs, walking in back and forth like it's nothing, not a care in the world. No one would stop and help. Everyone looked at me as if I was the most diseased person in the world.
Because you're doing something wrong for helping.
And he told me, he was like, I appreciate you, and I hope that you and your family are blessed, and just a bunch
Yeah.
of kind words, and I appreciated it. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I started tearing up, because here's the thing, I was not going to help him,
He
but
was
he just got my attention and
right.
he asked, and I was like, all I'm thinking about is rushing, getting to where I need to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Society is so fucked up right now to where these people get overlooked like they're nothing. We're so caught up in our own world, we think we have problems. But seeing that guy and seeing him just for the fact that he has to sit down like that, to where you're putting so much pressure on the spine every time you drop into the seat. There's no cushion in the seat. And to hear him scream out like that, what made me really upset is everyone passing.
Yeah.
Everyone got their mask on, looking at this man like he is COVID. And I'm gonna say it. Nobody wanted to touch him because of what's going on. Nobody wanted to help this dude. And it really bothers me that we're at this point. I didn't know what was gonna happen that day. And I feel bad that I didn't even get the guy's number and keep in touch with him. But we ended on a good note. He was happy. He went, checked out his groceries. I don't even know how he got in his vehicle, and it was raining when I left. So I'm like, damn. So I don't know what's going on, because he can't, unless he has one of those vehicles that are meant for people with his
Yeah.
condition.
Yeah.
But it's sad, man. Like, just think about it. Just think of where we are in this society now. Think about the things that we argue about that aren't even worth it. I had to look and take a good hard look in the mirror, man. And yeah, things aren't the way I want it to be. But you know what? There's always someone out there who have it worse.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And just for the fact that he has to live his life like that, like, how many people you think would actually help him? How many people passed before I came along?
It's sad because
That shit is terrible, man. Like, it makes me sad, but it also makes me angry, because you see people's face, you see the eyes behind the mask, like you see
right.
the eyes and you see the squints and you see the eyebrows touching, like they just like ill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Imagine being that guy and everyone passing you like that.
Right.
I'm ashamed, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, imagine how many people passed him that look like me, wouldn't even look his way. Oh nah, dirty old man.
Yeah.
You know, excuse me, can I pass? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, but can you just help me up? Like, no one takes the time out for anything. But I don't want to. I don't want to. Dwell on it too long. But that I felt good that I was able to help the guy, but I felt bad because there's so many people out there like that in those conditions, and we're so narrow-minded, we're so tunnel vision that we don't see anyone but us or who is in our circle.
Right.
To an extent, you do have to be like that, but on the same note, I guess I have a soft spot for people who are older than me. Um, they have more experience in life, and I feel like they're walking libraries. Like, I don't know this guy's story. What if he has some crazy stories, like he was in the war or something like that? Like, you could learn from people like this.
Yeah.
And anytime an old person dies, it's like a library of knowledge goes
Gone
with
with
it.
them. Yeah. Yeah. I fucks with older people. I fucks with older people. So yeah, it is. It is a thing. Like I wouldn't know. Thank God I've never been in a situation like that to where I've seen an elderly person needing help and being ignored. Because yeah, I'd do I'd probably do a little bit more than than help. I'd probably just like start cussing people out, random people out for no reason. You know what I mean? It's like people that they
Let me
just like
tell you, they pissed me off. Because the thing is, he's bigger than me. There's people passing us to go in the bathroom.
yeah,
No one is helping.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I was so irritated that day, and I had to leave. So it was just I don't know, man. I'm glad I helped, but I'm pissed off because I'm looking out. It's like, when you see people's true intentions, and when you see what people are really about, it's like, damn,
That is where we
whatever
are
you
though.
got going on, is that serious?
That is where we are though. But honestly,
And
to be honest with you though, bro, I can't blame COVID for that alone because
no,
like
COVID is the excuse. It's the excuse.
yeah.
People would have found some other excuse not to do that as well.
I remember being younger than 15 and seeing that in the streets and being like, yo, look, people really don't care.
Not at all.
People really don't care. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, that's where we at right now. That's where we living. But to me, it was more of a realization of where you are, right? Because it was
What do you
on the
mean?
because it was on the heels of it was on the heels of coming from Jamaica and living in everywhere I've lived in Jamaica, a real sense of community was there. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows everybody type of thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you can't do too much wrong because you're gonna get fucked up. But if you got a problem, then somebody gonna come to your aid easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So coming here, I remember specifically, and I didn't want to go personal, but hell, you went personal, so why not? I remember coming here and my brother and we ended up somehow on there's a road that it was Joe Robbie Stadium back then.
I remember.
I think it's Miami Gardens Drive. I think is the road that goes.
Yep.
It was that-
199.
It was
think,
that
or something
road,
like that.
and we ended up walking from 441 to University on that road. So we had to walk directly past the stadium. And I remember this is like it was yesterday. My older brother, I had did something to piss him off. And I think one of the things that used to piss him off a lot was me not fighting back. Right? And like he would pick on me, and if I didn't fight back, he would just pick more. And I remember my brother beating my ass all the way from 441 to University.
Damn.
And we're walking on Miami Gardens Drive. And I'm like trying to get anybody's attention, like, yo. And after a while, it was just like, dude, you're not in that place anymore. Nobody cares.
Wow.
So I've brought that. So when you're telling the story, I understand because it brought me right back there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I damn sure can't blame COVID for that. Like, this place has been very cold and callous for a long time.
From way before that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. This is just the latest excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. It's sad. Like if you, I don't want, like I said, I don't want to hype it anymore. I told it, I put it out there, but some of y'all really need to take a good hard look in the mirror. And people talk a good game when it comes to humanity and when it comes to helping others and all of this stuff, and you see it all the time, but most people are really not about that life, because all it takes is a second. It takes a moment
It
to
takes,
change, to leave a lasting impact on someone.
and like you said, I don't want to sit here and beat a dead horse, right? And I know you don't, but it brings to mind. I was listening to somebody's live. I was listening to a young lady's live last night, and she was saying how she had a conversation with a dude, and the dude straight up said, if if he's in the street and he sees a man beating his old woman's ass, his old lady's ass in the streets, he's not doing anything about it because these two are going to be going together. And now, I want to ask you, how do you feel about that? Because the second part of what he said is true, right? The second top part was they always tell you what don't concern us, and you got leave it alone, right?
Yep.
And them say when buddy and pum pum meet, right? So you can always be getting in the middle of it of winning situation, but when them two individuals heads meet the pillow, your ass is not a thought anymore.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Um, so what do you thought? What are your thoughts on that though?
Like if I was in that situation,
If you're just minding your business, you're like you said, you're going to Publix or whatever, and you're walking through a parking lot and you just see some random dude beating the hell out of his wife or his old lady. You could obviously tell it's a couple,
right?
and this dude is physically beating on his wife. Are you just walking away and acting like you didn't see it?
No, but my level of intervention would be based on me scanning the surroundings.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out, kind of
If I see
very
that,
fast. Figure out which
yeah,
move to make very fast.
because you don't know if they have any weapons on them. You don't, there's a whole bunch. It's different, man.
And a lot of times you jump into that situation, and then the woman turns on you.
Yeah. A lot of times you could jump in that situation. Next thing you know, you end up flatline
Right, right,
for trying to intervene.
right.
So it's, ask me 2 decades ago,
You're
all
all
day,
in.
all
You're
day.
all in. Yeah, yeah. But
Ask me
as you get
now,
older, you get more
unfortunately,
experience.
it's like, I I need more information.
Right. With age comes wisdom. With age comes
Yeah,
wisdom.
but that's something that you shouldn't have to analyze a situation to help someone out who's in need. But the way the world works right now, you don't know. It sounds messed up, but you don't know what they did to get themselves
But
in
you
that
said a key.
situation.
Yeah, exactly. But you said a key word right there. In need. Right. Because some people are in need or feel like they're in need of certain type of relationships.
Right.
Like I don't know about you, but I've been in a relationship where it didn't work because I wasn't gonna be her ass. I mean, straight up, I could let you know now. If I was beating her ass on a regular,
It'll be all good. Man, look, I have a friend who I'm not gonna mention because he watches the show, but used to date someone who used to inflict wounds on herself.
I've seen that too.
And we all knew about it. And he had to get out of that situation because all it took was one time. See, it's bad enough you're inflicting the wounds on yourself. All you have to do at that point, when those when the simp knights come in
Mm-hmm.
with the capes on and the S on their chest, all you
Mm-hmm.
got to do is point.
That's it.
And wherever you point,
That's where they going.
that's where they're going.
That's where they going.
Yeah, man. Oh, sorry about that. I know it got a little crazy, but we just had to get that off of my chest. We're about a half hour into the show
Let's take
here.
a
And
commercial
if
real
you're
quick.
just coming on, it is Let's Talk Freedom. That is Let's Talk Freedom every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m. We go live here. Right now, it's me and Dre, and we're going to get into these topics here. Do you want to run a commercial first?
Yeah, let's run a commercial real quick.
All right, we're going to run a commercial.
Y'all, my name is Keisha. I am the face behind the brand Delightful K. One of my favorite type of clothing has always been sleepwear, which I began selling last year. I wanted to provide quality sleepwears to those who are sleepwear lovers and enjoy sleeping luxuriously like myself. Delightful K sleepwear features the most comfortable and sensual onesies made from different fabrics, from cotton and polyester. You can expect very nice fitted onesies for adults and kids in many different kinds of ranges, from designer and non-designer selections on our website. We want to ensure that you have a delightful sleep with the most desired styles at the least costly. So shop now at Delightful K, and that is at delightfulpinehut.com. That's DELIGHTFUL pinehut.com. You will find some of our most popular designer onesies from Cardi B to Looney Tunes available in mini kid size and adults. And we have some special accessories coming soon for your onesies and other Nike onesies as well. So check out our online store at delightfulpinehut.com. That's delightfulpinehut.com. Thank you, and always remember to wake up feeling delightful.
What's up, Nikki?
This isn't Nikki, this is your mother.
What do you want?
To tell you and let you know you a damn fool.
You called me to tell me I'm a fool? Nice.
Now, it makes sense why you took the chance and sabotaged being at that school. So you can run off and be with that damn man that you ain't got no business being with. I should have dealt with his ass when I had the chance.
Well, guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. So like I said, don't call me unless it's an emergency.
Stupid little girl. You only 18. What do you think you know about being with a 30-something-year-old man?
I knew enough to get me here. Why do you even care? What, you jealous he didn't want you?
I done all I know to try to keep you on the right track. But you just insist on showing your ass to some unknown damn reason. I'm sick and tired of you. If you end up in a pine box, that's gonna be your own damn problem. All I can do now is pray for you.
I don't need your prayers. I'm doing just fine.
It's urbancountryfilms.com.
We gonna get shut down when I play this video. You want to talk a little bit more? Because as soon as I press play on this.
So now we're gonna get into the topic and the high value man.
I mean, just careful what you say for now. When you go to melanated people, you realize how much everybody's being shadow banned.
I guess they just donated $100,000 to Gorilla Foundation. Gorillas are the unofficial official mascot of the Reddit movement.
I hope some people make some money off of that crazy GameStop madness.
It's urbancountryfilms.com.
What's up, Nikki?
This isn't Nikki, this is your mother.
Yeah, we did that one already. You say you're not seeing it live? They kicked you off?
We kicked off of Facebook.
I will tell you in just a fraction of a minute. Let me see here. Oh, it looks like you might have been kicked off of Facebook, buddy. Hold on, let me see. Switch profiles.
Someone said we have no sound. Hold on.
Who don't got no sound? On Facebook?
Sound.
Said Devar was live. Yeah, they kicked us off, buddy. You been booted, sir. Because that's what it says. It says Devar was live. And if I
Hold
look,
on, I'm looking at it though. Let me press into it.
it says offline right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you definitely been booted. I wonder why. What do we say? What do we
COVID.
do now? I thought we were being good, Devar.
Post or object. I recommended was remove. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on.
What does it say? I thought we were being good. Are we on? Are we still on my Facebook? Switch profiles. Look at my profile. We still live on. We still live on my page. Or are we? It says we're live, but no, we still live on our page, bro. On my page. I don't know why they booted you, bro. I'm gonna tag you in this. Devar, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just. Oh. Wow. Okay. Well.
What did they
we
say?
gonna keep it moving.
What did they say? They told you why?
Nah, they were just saying. I told them we got kicked off, but I'm looking at it and he's commenting under it. Nah, but it's only a minute.
Wow.
Why is it on? It's only a minute video.
All right, so I just tagged you in this one because we're still live on this on mine.
Okay. Well, hey.
Maybe they didn't like the fact that we were double dipping.
Oh, that's what it is. They like that.
Maybe they don't like that. Maybe we can't go live on 2 pages at once. I don't freaking know. You know, these people make up rules as they go.
I'm telling you, they're gonna find something. But anyway, I wanted to really briefly go over this. Did you see what happened in the governor's race in Virginia? Have you been keeping up with that?
So what? You talking about the Black Republican woman?
Well, yeah, but that too. But the state flipped.
Yeah. I mean, does anybody expect anything less?
How long has it been blue?
It just got flipped blue, didn't it?
Nah, flip red.
No, but before, like, last election.
Virginia?
Isn't Virginia one of the swing states?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out.
I got a friend, Facebook friend called me not called me. He texted me a picture of the new governor with a caption that says how about them racists in Virginia, huh? Like,
wait a minute. How about them racists in Virginia?
Yeah, because apparently, and you know, that was gonna be my comment, but I just didn't have time. I mean, I'm still gonna reply to it, but I just didn't have time. I've been busy as hell, so I'm gonna reply to him, and I'm gonna be like, so I mean, like, break it down. Like, what does that really like? What?
Yeah, you gotta like. I don't want to assume.
Right. Like,
you gotta explain what you mean.
What you mean by
that?
Because
that same statement could go no matter if it flips blue or red. You could say the same thing.
No, I don't think he was more
what
concerned
about
about
racists.
I don't think he was concerned about the flipping of the red or blue. He was more concerned about the racist, the so-called. I think what he's trying to say is, listen, look at what people are calling racist. Look who they elected to be their Republican governor. I think that's where he's going with it. But
so
I mean,
the
goddamn house nigga, the house nigga was always been black.
The predecessor wasn't racist?
I don't know.
The one before?
I don't know.
And before them?
I don't know.
And before them,
I don't know.
that's what I'm saying. Like if your allegiance is to a party, you're missing the whole. You're not seeing the whole picture.
No, he's not. No, he's not talking on party lines. I could tell you, he's not talking on party lines. What he's talking about is the fact that the white, so-called racists in Virginia,
Yeah.
voted for and elected a black governor, a black woman
lieutenant
governor or lieutenant governor, whoever.
Yeah, that means she's lieutenant governor. From my understanding, that's like the VP.
Okay.
So the governor, is white guy. I forgot his name.
Okay.
But
So yeah, I think that's where he's going with
lieutenant
it.
governor.
You know, he's. I think what he's trying to say is that these people aren't as racist as you think.
Oh, I got you.
I think that's where he's going with it. But like I said, I need clarification because like I said, even the freaking house nigga always been black. The house nigga was never white. Fuck you mean? Don't play with me.
Gotta keep him in line. Huh? Gotta keep him in line.
Don't play with me out here in these streets, man.
No, but I always look at it like this because I looked up. Matter of fact, let's play a video.
Uh-oh. I didn't free up the share screen yet. Here you go.
Play a video to get some insight on this this new lieutenant governor. See what she's about.
Let's do that because you about to take up my screen. So let me put you over here. So if you take up the screen, at least you're gonna take up that screen.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
We now have a call for the lieutenant governor of Virginia. The Republican, Winsome Sears, will become the lieutenant governor of the Commonwealth.
Hold on. You couldn't have got a picture with her standing there with the freaking automatic rifle, bro?
Where's she from?
Huh?
Her name is Winsome Sears.
I Jamaican that man.
I only
Jamaican that man. Yeah,
Winsome
that man.
Winsome.
Winsome. Anthony Winsome.
Gotta be a Jamaican.
No. But she's that's what the headline reads. First Jamaican born governor.
The headline where?
I saw a headline saying that. But brother, I'm
this
talking
video? Oh, you saw one prior.
Yeah, I saw one prior. But what I'm telling you, brother, there's a better picture of her out here. I'm gonna find it.
It's probably gonna play in the video. They'll probably show it.
Okay, good.
Of Virginia. And just over to that point for half a second, Steve, what in Virginia, it's the same situation. We had very heavy day of voting. In fact, very heavy turnout across the state generally. But the day of voting is what decided what happened in terms of how Glenn Youngkin and Winsome Sears have won this thing. There's still very much a contest for control of the state legislature in Virginia. Right now, it's looking like it's still about 50-50. Democrats may hold on to control of the legislature.
Hold on, give me a pause.
It's very close on that.
What is that?
I need some clarification. Real quick. So they didn't vote her in; they voted him in. Is this what you're telling me?
No, he's the governor.
He's the governor,
lieutenant governor.
Right, but doesn't he just come along with her?
I know she went against. Well, now I don't know.
Because think about it now. I mean, they're running together as a pair, like president and vice president.
Right.
You can't. So there was no way in hell they was gonna pick McAuliffe and her.
And then put. Got you.
But yeah, go ahead.
I got you now.
I'm not trying to take anything away from my sister's win.
No, man, you take everything from Winston. Let's see what you do. Let's go ahead and play it.
We can actually show you, I believe, here you go. Here is the lieutenant governor result for for Virginia. And I think it jumps right out at you. Again, this is the lieutenant governor result. This is the governor result. They're tracking almost perfectly.
Okay,
here.
wait
This is
a
one of
minute.
those things you see in politics. A rising tide can lift all boats. So you see Youngkin winning statewide. Now the projection
But wait,
for
Devar.
Winsome Sears, the other.
Yeah.
But what he said just seems like he corrected me just now. But because by this now, what it looks like this is it really could have went like that. It seems like and please audience correct us if we're if
Yeah,
if
y'all
I'm wrong.
gotta, audience, if y'all could help us out
Because what it now seems like is that would have been that's very possible for it to actually happen for you to have a Republican governor and a Democratic
Democrat lieutenant governor.
yeah
Is that
or
possible?
vice versa. It seems like it's possible because it seems like it's two different votes. But go
Someone
ahead.
in politics, please.
Help us out, y'all. Help us
Please give
out.
us some clarification, because I'm not gonna look it up because it don't mean that much to me. But if you
Exactly.
could do it here and let me know, that'll be great.
After we get off of the show, it really don't matter.
Exactly. All right, it's only a minute left. Let's see.
Outstanding statewide race in Virginia. This one is not called yet, but look at this. This is the incumbent attorney general, a Democrat, Mark Herring, 97% in. This race is a little bit closer than those other two, but it's Herring right now who trails by 1.6 points, by 50,000 votes. So Herring has got a pretty daunting task in front of him. This race not called by our decision desk, but he can't feel good about the fact that he's trailing by that much and that we just called the lieutenant governor's race and that we've already called the governor's race. And again, you can see these are tracking pretty closely together right now.
Okay. They didn't show her with her gun. I thought they would have showed her.
Mm-hmm.
Win some. Well, let's see what she do for Virginia. If that's what Virginians want. Virginia's a Commonwealth, right? If that's what the Commonwealth of Virginia want, hey, is what it is. It was fair, right? Fair election.
Right.
So
Well,
let's see. What
I
goes
saw
on.
another headline that said Republicans are what's it called? Republicans are quiet about voter fraud now. So I don't know.
There's always going to be voter fraud.
I don't know where they're
There's voter
going
fraud
with
on
it.
both sides.
Speaking of voter fraud, you paid attention to our district? We had a primary election too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the District 20 primary election for what's it called? For Congress. That the primaries was held on the 2nd also. So
I'm be honest with you. If the name on the ballot isn't Shelley Fain, it's of no interest to me. So that's just how I feel about it.
I understand. But because I was her campaign manager, I learned a lot. Bro. And the person so it's in a recount right now.
Really?
So the lady that spent that's the lady that donated $2.1 million of her own money
To herself?
to her campaign, yeah.
Yeah.
She won by 31 points, by 31 votes. 31, not 31,000.
31.
Needless to say.
That's a classroom. That's out in the portables at South Plantation High School. Yo.
So I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to send you this. But you were going to say something?
No, I said 31. That's a classroom at my old high school out in the portables.
Right. Real deal. Now, if I can get this to send to you. Devar. Let me put it in the LTF group. Paste that here. No, that's the wrong thing. if I did that. No, because, and the reason why I want to send you this, Devar, is because, so she won by 31 votes. Like I tell you, she spent $2.1 million of her own money donated to her campaign. And the reason being, not reason being, but this job, this seat is a 2-year seat that pays $140,000 a year. So she spent $2.1 million for a chance, for an opportunity to sit in a seat that pays $140 for the year. I can't make sense of that, right? Especially when we're talking about, now, why isn't this copying? No, not that. This. What are you doing? No. Copy link. Copy link. Paste. Why is it not sending the right link, bro? This Ubuntu business with you guys. I don't fucking know. Refresh that page. Copy this.
It's not letting you send it?
It won't let me copy it. Copy. It's every time I go to paste. Okay, there we go. Now.
All right, so I just went live again. Hopefully
hopefully it'll work. Now that, okay, I sent you this thing, right? So, but like I was saying, they Dale Holness, she beat Dale Holness by 31 points. This Sheila McCormick, right?
Right.
Now Sheila McCormick, mind you, spent $22.1 million on a chance to sit in the seat for 2 years that pays $140 a year, $140,000 a year. The shit doesn't add up, right?
Got you.
She wins by 31 points. 31 points is close enough for the opponent to ask for a recount.
And so the opponent did?
Opponent Dale Holness asked for a recount. Yesterday, every time you heard about the recount, you heard something to this effect. That headline I just sent you.
What platform did you send it?
YouTube or WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. All right, let's go navigate our way there.
What the headline reads is daughter for district candidate 20 pleads guilty to COVID-19 relief fraud.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard she was banking.
Now let me also bring you another interesting tidbit. Remember, I've been harping on the fact that Sheila McCormick donated $2.1 million of her own money to her campaign. Sheila McCormick also got a PPP loan for $2.1 million. How coincidental is that?
Wait, say that again?
The same Sheila McCormick that spent $2.1 million, that donated $2.1 million of her own money to her campaign, also got a PPP loan for $2.1 million. One of those forgivable loans.
It's coincidence, man.
What a coinkydink. And what's also coinkydink is that after winning by 31 votes, then the day that the recall is being announced, this story breaks news that her opponent's daughter pleads guilty of COVID-19 relief fraud on the same day that her dad asked for a recount. I just heard the headlines. I haven't seen the video you're about to play yet.
Well, let's go ahead and get into this and see what they
I'm a little bit crooked behind her anyway, because I went up under her Facebook page and asked her, like, why would you spend $2.1 million for a chance, for an opportunity to sit in a seat that only pays $140,000? They blocked me from the account.
You're asking too much questions. You got your coon hat on right now. That's what you're doing. Let's go ahead and see. Let's get some clarification
Get
on
some
this.
clarification, because I need some.
We need answers.
Back to Jamie Garola. He has some important information on that commissioner's daughter who was stopped and arrested. Jamie.
Stopped and arrested?
Yeah, a pretty big story here also, and we'll just start over with that. The arrest is part of a larger federal investigation into COVID relief fraud. And just today, Damara Holness appeared in front of a federal judge behind me to answer for those charges. Let's show you some video of who we're talking about. Holness is the daughter of Broward County Commissioner Dale Holness, who is also running for Congress. She's accused of obtaining hundreds of thousands of dollars in coronavirus relief funds. The feds allege in court documents obtained by NBC6 that Damara Holness submitted false tax returns and payroll information for her consulting business. The 28-year-old got $300,000 intended for small businesses to use under the Payment Protection Program. Allegedly, on her application, she claimed 18 employees and spent $120,000 a month on payroll. But the government says she doesn't even have any employees or payroll expenses. Documents allege she created paper trails and would cash checks at banks. If convicted, she could spend up to 20 years in jail. The woman is the former president of the Broward County Black Caucus.
So her father is, Dale Holness, the Broward County Commissioner, and he's running for Congress, as you said. Is he commenting, Jamie, on any of these charges?
He like, that ain't my daughter.
Yeah, surprisingly, he issued us a pretty, like a 4-paragraph statement by text. It was pretty strong. He had a lot to say. Let's take a look at it. He told NBC6 News, in part, I have always offered guidance and counsel to my daughter. I have no details as to how she conducted her business. He went on to say to separate his work from hers, saying she hasn't had access to his office since 2018. And, quote, if she has done wrong, I hope she learns from this and uses this as a lesson to better conduct her life in the future.
Typical politician answer.
I'm NBC6 chief meteorologist John.
Man, listen. So today she pleads guilty. I'm sorry, yesterday.
She pled guilty.
She pled guilty yesterday. Now,
Sound like a plea deal, huh?
A plea deal? Sound like a fucking payoff.
Congressional candidate pleads guilty.
Remember, her dad's opponent just lost to her dad by 31 points.
Yep.
The same opponent that is told everybody she knows how to win and showed everybody by donating $2.1 million
to her goddamn self,
to her campaign. That's right. For an opportunity
preach
to sit at a seat for 2 years. And not even 2 years, because there's another election next year for the same seat. So only 1 year. You only guaranteed to sit there 1 year if you get the seat.
1 year. 2-point-something mil to get 100,000 for that 1 year.
If this doesn't tell the story of how crooked the fucking Black Caucus is, the same person that just pleaded guilty was the former president of the Black Caucus for us.
Let me ask you a question. Are you surprised?
I'm shocked that this motherfucker turned against her dad and did that shit today or yesterday. That's what I'm surprised. You gotta be a rotten motherfucker. I don't care how much money or how bad you think your dad did you. Which obviously he didn't do you that bad, because you was just sitting in a meeting with him on the same interview.
It's sad because, you have some you have some people who work their way into positions of power, but I think if you don't do it right, the people who suffer the most are the people who come behind you, like the children.
Children.
My point is, in saying that, someone who has made their money and got it out the mud, not saying that he did, because I don't know his background, but I'm saying
he's a politician.
Someone who came out, yeah, but that's why.
All right, let me give you a little background on him. You know Shelly.
Yeah.
She was, when she decided to run, we had to go open a bank account, political account. We ended up when after we opened the account, the bank that we called the opening account informed Mr. Holness of our situation, our fact that we got an account open now. Mr. Holness set up for the bank to have Shelly come to the bank to sign some paperwork. How do I know this happened?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't send Shelly. I showed up myself. And I made sure to show up right at the close of business. And I was the one in the place after they closed.
Right.
So who comes walking up to the closed bank and gets let into the closed bank? Listen, they're all fucking crooks. Ain't one of them better than the other. Sheila McCormick, she just in your face with it. Because she done ran this race. This is her third time. The same woman that said she wasn't gonna run again unless this man died. Like, I honestly hope to God she doesn't. If she does pull this 31 votes through after the recount, I hope to God she doesn't make it to Congress. But I hope to God none of them don't make it to Congress because they're all fucking criminals.
And my question again is,
I'm
are you
sorry.
surprised, my brother? Are you surprised?
No, I ain't surprised.
Like, when you really think about it, like sometimes it takes for you to say the words to make you realize what you're getting in. That's why, I don't know, man. I have no faith when it comes to, I have faith in the people. I don't have faith in government.
If said something that we're a government of the people, or he said something today, and that shit tickled my ear. I was like, if motherfucking government would act like that, it would be real.
Anything that they give you has stipulations behind it. Nothing's free, and
But
anything
they
that they
don't give
take
you
away
anything.
from you, they don't give back.
But they don't give you anything. What they do is they take away from you first, because that's how they start their government, with taxes, right? And then they use those same taxes to leverage you with some more bullshit.
Yep. You see it going on right now. Oh shit! Speaking of, since you're gonna mention taxes,
oh boy.
Since you're gonna mention giving someone something, come in here. What you think about oh nah, don't disappear now.
Oh, I heard it was no, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just don't want to be on air right now.
Man, look. Did you hear about the money that's being given out?
So I heard about it.
Yeah.
So what? Sorry, I cut you off. Right? You're talking about the money that's being handed out, the money that's supposedly being handed out or going to be handed out to the families that were separated on the border under the Trump administration, $450,000 per family. And I also heard today that it was shut down by the president-in-chief himself. That's no such thing. That's not going to happen. That was a rumor. That it's not going anywhere.
Good. I hope they shut down those rumors. You don't need anything like that, because I'm gonna be honest with you. And you know, I usually don't go here, but I'm gonna have to go there because
it's Let's Talk Freedom.
let's just put it out there. Black people been talking about something like this for a long time. If anyhow someone would have came in and skipped the line, that's a problem.
Yeah, but the Asian hate did.
No. What money did they get? They got protection, which sometimes can be as good as money.
No, I'm hearing they got reparations out of that, bro.
You got to explain that to me.
Or I heard there's a bill on there for reparations or something to the effect.
Yeah.
Yes, bro, because of COVID, bro, because what's it called? Asian hate that developed because of our former prime minister in chief, president / prime minister and emperor in chief, had said that it's the Chinese flu, and he stuck with it. So apparently your taxpayers' dollars are paying China, bro. Not the citizens, but the government.
But it's been like that.
Well, you got some more apparently.
China engaged in a different kind of warfare.
I think in Jamaica we call that extortion.
Yep. They get you by the balls, hold you upside down, shake the money out your pockets. But look, man, this whole politic thing, everything is corrupt about it. I have friends that I went to high school with that started to get into politics and get into religion. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I heard some stories on both ends. I'm not gonna mention because they probably watch now, but I mean, I heard of a situation where someone well known in the community ended up getting with someone who was well known in the community, one in politics, one in the religious organizations. They ended up getting together, and they ended up getting together, and I believe they were with other people at the time, and the breakup seemed to be, mutual. But then I hear recently that there was an arrest that happened because of domestic violence issues. Now, my thing is, you go up there and you go on stage and you speak that good word to everyone involved, and some people need it, that's what they know, that's what they want to hear, makes them feel good or whatever. But you don't live your life like that. How many people you see that? They're no different from the politicians. And this is someone that, these are people that I went to school with. And it goes through the same thing. But yet I could sit here and make a comment questioning certain things about certain situations. And then it's like everyone flocks in and come after you. And I'm like, did you hear what I said, though?
Right.
Or are you so caught up in the situation? Because most people don't live the life that they say they do.
Yo, shout out to my homeboy.
What's up with Juan? Shout out, Juan.
Because Juan is he's a Democrat. He's a hard Democrat. And I've been working with Juan the last couple of days. So we've been having a lot of conversations. And it's not often you find so, because he's like, Dre, you're so freaking right leaning. Which is weird because we get along so well. Right? And it's like, so we're conversating with each other and we're picking each other's brains. But the beautiful
How right leaning are you? Are you Michael Jackson moonwalker? Right leaning?
Nah, that fall. Not. I'm lean to the fall. Lean to the side. Don't fall. Right leaning.
I agree. Yeah. And the rap. Yeah.
But the funny thing is, that's not how I consider myself.
No, but you're always going to be seen that way. By Republicans, they're going to call you left-leaning. But they're
Right.
gonna just look at you and give you that. You don't even have to say
I
nothing.
don't even have to say nothing. So
Nope.
but that's and that's
So you
that's
don't have
what,
a home,
That's what triggered the conversation,
right?
right? So we've been trying to he's been trying to understand why I feel certain things the way I feel about certain things. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So we're having actual, real, meaningful conversations, and the both of us are listening to each other to try to understand. Like, we're not just talking at each other and throwing out talking points, and you know what I mean? And disregarding your point because I feel so strongly in my point.
That sounds like grown man talk right there. That sounds like what men's supposed to do.
It's not often you find it, though. It's a rare bird.
It's rare now, but that's the way we used to operate. We're supposed to have differences.
That's how we supposed to, but
we're not supposed to agree on everything. If we agreed on everything, there'd be no ambition, no motivation. There'll be nothing. We'll just be like, yes, I'm boss. Right back to the plantation.
There was a point in time. I guess.
Nah, man. But it's crazy how things work out, and this whole saturated political thing and everyone choosing sides. I'm the type where around me, I keep certain people in my life right now, and I'm talking about whether it's business or what. I'm looking to attract a certain quality of people.
Yeah. Period.
And that certain quality is whether you lean left or right, if you're a free thinker and you're not caught up in the other bullshit and you're willing to actually listen and have a conversation about certain topics that you don't agree with, instead of getting into your respective echo chamber and listening to the same things circulate around, whether it's the left or the right, everyone's saying the same thing and pointing fingers at the other. I don't want to get into that. If we can't cross lines over here and see what's going on, I'm sorry, I want no part of it, because you don't learn anything that way.
Right. And I guess that's why I kind of stick to myself.
You have to. That's why I said, like, you really have no home when it comes to these parties.
I don't.
Because all it takes for you to do is say one thing that that one side doesn't like. Now, I think on the right, they're more along the lines of like neglectful. They'll turn their back on you quick and just, not really deal with you. And they're more focused on, I guess, resources and preserving and, or conserving. That's why it's called the conservative party, which really and truly, all of them are conservative parties. Every last one of them, even the ones who's supposed to be far, far liberals. Look at their bank account, look what they making, and look at their lifestyle. They live a conservative life, but they preaching to you
something different.
Yeah,
because they need you to keep their conservative lifestyle.
Because you're the food source to their conservative lifestyle. So they feed you that bullshit.
Yeah, you're the product.
Your life will never change, but theirs will. And that brings me into our next topic, since we 13 at the top of the hour. And I may piss some people off with this one.
Let's do it.
But what you think about Netflix teaming up with my man Cap? Did you see it?
Nah, I heard something about something. But I didn't see nothing. I heard somebody crying. About Kaepernick.
Well, Cap was saying that the NFL draft was akin to slavery.
Yeah, okay.
And he did like a little video showing.
Oh, okay. So that's why I heard the other side of that. I heard somebody criticizing what he had to say. But let's see the video. I would like to see it.
I want to see one, but I don't see. I'm looking on. I just want the video by itself, because I'm looking on YouTube here, and it shows
other people talking over it.
Yeah, whether it's Fox or MSNBC or anything. I don't want anything interjected. I just want to play it. Just want to play the regular video because MSNBC, they're playing it a certain way, and you already know Fox.
Yeah, everybody's gonna have their way of presenting it.
That Fox biting into that video. That Fox got the teeth in that video. But I just want to play the raw video itself, but can't find it nowhere. I mean, I'll share this video. This is from NBC News. So let's go with them and see what they have to say about Mr. Cap.
Colin Kaepernick's new docuseries titled Colin in Black and White is out on Netflix. It takes a closer look at how the former NFL quarterback navigated race and activism leading up to the moment he took a knee during the national anthem. At one point, Kaepernick compares the NFL draft process to a slave auction. NBC News correspondent Vaughn Hilliard takes a closer look at the film and how people are responding.
What they don't want you to understand is what's being established is a power dynamic.
Former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick's new Netflix special igniting debate on social media after it compared the NFL's drafting process and its workout performance review called the Combine to slavery.
Next one coming up, best one we got.
In the opening minutes of the special titled Colin in Black and White, a line of black actors playing NFL prospects morph into slaves at an auction with shackles on them.
Look at this here. Come on, who wants this?
I think what we're supposed to take away from the comparison of the NFL Combine to a slave auction is the question of dehumanization and the ways that there are power imbalances related to race and class in how that dehumanization takes place.
The Netflix special promoting the story of Kaepernick's formative years navigating race, class, and culture. Some critics rejecting the slave auction comparison on social media, including Utah's Republican Congressman Burgess Owens, a former NFL player who tweeted out, "How dare Kaepernick compare the evil endured by so many of our ancestors to a bunch of millionaires who chose to play the game?" In 2016, Kaepernick, then a star for the San Francisco 49ers, began kneeling or sitting during the national anthem, protesting police brutality and racism.
I'm going to continue to stand with the people that are being oppressed.
After other players followed his lead, the NFL in 2018 implemented a no-kneeling policy during the national anthem, threatening to fine teams with players who refused to stand. That same year, basketball star LeBron James commented on HBO's The Shop uninterrupted.
And in the NFL, they got a bunch of old white men owning teams, and they got that slave mentality. And it's like, this is my team. You do what I tell y'all to do.
The NFL has not commented on Kaepernick's comparison. No team has signed Kaepernick, now 33 years old, since 2017.
Where does he anticipate a conversation like this going from here? You speak out about the Combine and make this comparison to actually change the Combine. While systems may be lined up against you, those systems are possible to change. I just think he wants to be a living monument to that.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today.
Man, shut up, man. Following. Bye.
So let
What
me
do
tell
you
you.
think?
Before I tell you what I think, let me tell you that before I saw this video.
Yep.
And now I need to go watch the Netflix special. And maybe that's why I'm considered right-leaning, is because...
Oh, you got your coon hat on. You about to start cooning right now. We got to get like a raccoon that we put up every time some coonery about to happen. We got to get. I'm gonna ask my daughters to make one, make a raccoon and a raccoon sign, and I'm gonna just hold it up. Anytime some coonery going on, just hold it up like this. But go ahead, continue.
Threw me right off my game. Threw me all the damn way off. But okay, so I listened to I listened to Republican radio stations. There's a couple of reasons why.
That's how you gonna start it off?
Yeah. There's a couple of reasons why.
Okay.
First reason is that there aren't any Democratic talk radio stations. That's number one. Number two is, I started listening to them because I thought I was a Democrat. I was raised being told I was a Democrat.
We all are.
So, but my personality wants to figure out the other side, because if I gotta perform against you to, in a sense, beat you, I feel like I need to understand you, at least to a certain extent. So that's where I started listening to Republican radio. Now, saying all that to say, the other day, I heard one of these Republican radio stations talking about the situation. And I hear a lot of shit on there that I don't agree with on those stations. But I also hear a lot of shit that I do agree with on those stations.
That inner coon.
That Kaepernick situation, when they present the Kaepernick situation,
yep,
it's presented in a light like, how dare you, after being able to perform doing what you enjoy doing and making millions of dollars, and not being able to actually relate to the people who you say you're kneeling for the struggle with. This is how they are putting it, right?
Right.
That's how they present it. Like, how dare you? And I've called in and I've gotten into these debates with these talk show hosts and all kinds of things over the Kaepernick situation. But I will tell you, listening to both sides has opened the eyes a little bit.
Talk to me. What you mean when you say that?
One of the things that you always hear about from that side when they talk about Kaepernick is the fact that he hasn't played very long, for in a while. And the reason why he hasn't played in such a long time is because the talent out there is just at such a higher level.
We need like a super coon. We need like yo, we gonna put an S on that coon chest. Well, hold on, I'm gonna get it made. But go ahead, I'm listening.
So another thing that they always talk about when they talk about that is they talk about the fact that he was very fastly losing relevancy in that world. And DeVar, we're not crazy. We all know. If you make $50,000 a year, you build a lifestyle around $50,000 a year.
Right?
If you make $150,000 a year, you build a lifestyle around $150,000 a year. If you make $2 million a year, you probably have a little bit more pampered, materialistically pampered lifestyle than somebody that lives a $50,000 lifestyle. Yeah,
just a little bit, yeah.
So, if you're at a $50,000 level, right? If you started working and you started working $15,000, $16,000 a year, and you climbed the ladder until you reached about 50.
I'm with you.
And then something happens to where you see that 50 a year, you can't make it from this particular way anymore. do you really think that you're going to easily drop back to the 16, 15, 17, or you're going to figure something else out to make sure that 50 stays in place?
I see where you're going with this. I think I see where you're going with this. I'm looking down the road and I can barely see the sign, but I see a sign there. I see what we're approaching. So I'm in the car with you.
Right, so
I'm trying to see where we going.
Right. So with all that being said, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there and I'm sensitive to the Kaepernick situation because when you kneel and you start talking about the police brutality and all of that stuff, I side with you. I fucks with you. You got a platform, I fucks with you. So I was into all the debate. So he's in uniform. They paying him to do that. First, you're not a government official. You don't need to stand up and put your heart over your head for that shit if you don't want to. If you feel like kneeling, that's your damn business. Those same soldiers that the radio stations complain about are saying that you're disrespecting them. They fought for you to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. I never got that. I never got the comparisons. When you sign up as a soldier, that's actually more akin to a type of slavery than anything else. I mean, you're not being abused. There's abuse there, but it's for a purpose. It's for a common goal. They're trying to toughen you up. Yes, they're gonna feed you, but you may die, and you're aware when you sign up that.
But so is the NFL.
You may die.
But so is the NFL. You literally may die.
You're right. You're right. Or you may sustain, some injuries. But,
so
I
bad.
mean, let's be honest though.
It's so bad.
The NFL pays a little bit more than military.
Yes, they do. But you know how long these NFL players, they started this shit at 5-6 years old. Mm-hmm. And they play ball all their lives.
Yep.
Until they get up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get paid a single dollar for their talent until the NFL.
I'm with you.
If your child is 7 years old and your child makes it to a certain level of pee-wee sports, you as a parent will have to pay a gate fee to get inside. They are making money off that child since that age. Now, I'm not saying the NFL, but from that age, the city leagues start making money from them from that age. Then they move to schools, and then the schools start making money. Middle school, high school. They get to college. The college is raping them. And they get to the NFL and they finally get a chance to get paid.
Yep.
If they make it to the NFL.
If they make it, which is a small,
tiny percent.
Yep.
How many break knees and torn ACLs and concussions and
all that.
So when you start, let me tell you, Kaepernick opened my eyes to a lot of this shit when he started doing that, and I started looking and saying, okay, let me look at this shit, because I was ritual with it every Sunday. Game at my house. What game were we watching? It doesn't matter what's on, because we watching it. We got multiple screens and all. I was that guy. Then I started looking at it, and what the video was talking about, it wasn't my concern. What my concern was what it reminded me when I really took the feelings and the enjoyment I felt from partaking.
Yeah.
When I took that out of it and just stood back and looked at it, to me it reminded me of the old Roman Colosseum games. To where the underclass would damn near kill each other for the entertainment of higher society.
Yep.
I had to cut it out. I had to stop. I had to. When I saw it in that light, I had to stop.
Ain't want to support it anymore.
And not trying to take it from anybody else. You know, but that's the realization that I came to. So I definitely want to check it out.
I see I see where you're coming from. I understand. I don't know if we may disagree on certain things, but I just want to bring some things up. One thing that I always look at when someone tries to speak to me about a certain group's struggle, a certain group's oppression, you know, a certain group's problems as a collective. I realized a long time ago that we do not have a very good screening process when it comes to people outside of our community as well as people within our community. The reason why things are able to go so long is because the powers that be know that there's a shift happening and they can't bring certain information to us directly. But they do what they've been doing for a long time. And I'm not accusing anyone of doing this because I don't know yet. But they always put certain prominent figures in front of us that seem to relate to what it is we go through. But all it takes for you to dive a little bit deeper into their background, and you realize that in some cases, people have been groomed for this. And in other cases, they may have a passion to help for something that they don't understand or cannot or could not even relate to. I understand the passion and I appreciate the passion. But if your passion lines your pockets off the backs of people or who are really going through it, I have questions. I look at it like this: the people that are put in front of us to give us certain messages, how are they living? Who are the platforms that they align themselves with to present this message to us? What money is being exchanged to get this message across?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're a passionate group of people.
Mm-hmm.
But that passion has been preyed upon for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And people around know just what to say to get those passions rising up.
Mm-hmm.
People have built businesses around it. From the dawn of man, there's been people building businesses around talent. There's no lack of talent in our community.
Right.
What there is a lack of is understanding of the surroundings that they brought us into, because this is still foreign to us. People forget we're not from here. We were brought here. Understand the mind games and the manipulation that people play. I'm not saying that certain people who start off with a better lot in life, but then have, see something happening that they don't agree with and they want to speak out about it. I'm not saying don't speak out about it. It is your right to speak out about it. However, once it becomes a business, once you start lining your pockets, once your lifestyle is able to be changed or maintained based on information that you're putting out there to people who are really going through it, I kind of have a problem with it. I say that to say this. What has this young man been through that relates to us?
Nothing. So, and that's the thing.
Who raised him?
All right, so I'm not even going. I won't even. I don't even have to go that far, Devar. We don't even have to go that far, because I do get what you're saying, and I'm 100% with you. You spot on, because that's why I led up to made sure talking about what I've learned from listening to the other side about him being irrelevant, him being out talented in that field. And when you build a life that needs millions to maintain, you need to figure a way to continue making millions.
Yeah, but you got to keep your integrity intact, man. And you don't do that off the backs of people who have really been through it. And
so
I get you. I get the passion, and if people want to support him, if the community supports him, then fine. But it's not the community's money.
But here's my thing. Here's my part of it, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't really see anybody signing up to Netflix to go watch this.
I don't either.
Right. So there's no new money there.
No, but they're putting it out.
That's Netflix. That's Netflix making a deal for more content.
Right.
Right. That they are getting paid for regardless. They just need to now pay for content.
Yep.
Right. So they're kind of neutral in it. They don't really care either way. Right.
Netflix is about profits. You can't even put them into it. Like it's a platform made for profit.
Made for profit. So as long as Kaepernick can guarantee that, or not guarantee, can present something that looks like it's going to be attractive for people to watch.
That's all they care about.
On their platform. That's all they care about. That's their bottom line. Right?
Yep.
So, like you said, when it becomes a business, but at the same time, right? Now, and I'm going to put a but in there, because what does it really take off of our backs, right? Now, let me point out, I was wholeheartedly in support of NFL before Kaepernick took a knee and opened my eyes for me to go do my own research and come to my own conclusion and don't support it anymore. Regardless of what Kaepernick's got going on.
Right.
And still to this day. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't see any new money coming from our people to see this. But what I do see is a lot of people, our people, pay attention to Kaepernick.
Right.
And maybe, just like me, maybe another one or two people will open their eyes. I believe you deserve food for working.
I agree.
You know, I last time I was making a serious building a serious company from ground up. And, you know, I laid my plan out, or what I thought was my plan. And shout outs to Juan, same Juan. He looked at me after he said, okay. This is good. This is good. Planning on making XYZ, and you want the universe to give you XYZ. But what you haven't laid out is what you're gonna do in order for the universe to pay you that XYZ. He slapped me in my face. It's like, you got a great plan for the universe to pay you XYZ. But I don't see any plan here of the work that you're going to put in to deserve for the universe to pay you that XYZ. Simple but fucking profound, man. You know, and so I'm really at a crossroads with Kaepernick. Like, it's like, I see what you're doing for yourself. I see it. I'd be lying if I sat here and say I didn't see any self-interest there. Right? But I also feel like if you've done research and you've done real work and you've put in real effort, you deserve real pay for that food. You know, yeah.
What do you define as real work?
It depends. Work is work, right? So I would consider waking me up work. I honestly would consider that work. I would understand. I would consider that work that deserve pay.
Do you think politicians work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Politicians have. So you would call it a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I see
I
things
also
a little
think, what's it
bit.
called? Criminals work. I also think scammers. I had to explain today. Somebody was like, I don't know how these scammers come up with it. Well, dude, just like how you go to work and spend 8 hours at a job, that scammer's got 8 hours to figure out the next scam.
I think politics. I think a job deals with goods and services, the
I
exchange of goods and services.
I disagree. Disagree completely. That's customer service.
But hear me out. The reason why I say that is, like, okay, not a job, work. The reason why I say that is when you're dealing with goods and services, you have to deal with the general public on a certain level to where until you get to a certain point, you can't hide who you are or what your intentions are. You're successful in the beginning when it comes to things that you're passion driven. Now with politics, it's a little bit different because I look at politics more of not necessarily a job, but more of like a form of energy capture, transfer, and redirection to achieve a common goal based on what your affiliation is.
But it's still work.
Yeah, but you never really. I kind of put them in a category as certain preachers. Like, it feels good in the moment.
Preachers are working too.
Yeah, but how has someone's life been enriched after that exchange?
That doesn't equal work.
The farmer who puts his crop together to feed someone, I feel that's a little bit different. When it comes to
you're talking about working
politics,
for the so hold on. So goods and services, because we can. Let me ask you a question, right? You said goods and services.
there was a guy in Jamaica that used to come to the schoolyard with his trolley.
Yeah.
Patty and cocoa bread. And anything you need, you have right on the little trolley there. He knew everyone by name. People knew him. It was a community.
Yeah.
He had a voice in the community as well. Knew the parents, knew everything. There's no politics is the only place that I see where you can represent a certain group of people without really being connected to them. You just have to sell the idea.
But that doesn't mean it's not work.
I understand what
Because
you're
it
saying.
takes a lot of work to do that.
Okay,
A lot.
it's not work that I respect.
That I can, yeah, because I was going to ask you. And, you know, you answered my question there because I was going to ask you, like, is Kaepernick's work of waking me up, opening my eyes to that situation, is that work any different than the work of Jay-Z entertaining me when I turn on a Jay-Z song?
I mean, if Cap's the one who brought that to your attention, I guess he did a good job. But I mean, all of them are like, you know what? These sports, all of them do the same thing. The only difference with it is now the actual, he says it's akin to being a slave. The only difference is now the slave can make more than the coach.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they point out, and that's what the Republican radio stations love to point out.
Yeah, but
just like in the old Coliseum days,
yeah,
where the poor would damn near kill themselves,
right,
so they can live a little bit better than the rest of the poor. It's the same thing that's going on in football and basketball and all of these. It's the same exact things. These guys are damn near killing the physical abuse that they put on their bodies, bro.
So my thing is, I agree with that, but I see slavery as a whole different thing.
But we're all slaves.
I don't think that it can be. No, the comparison that he tried to make, I don't think it fits in that respect, because there's no there was no one back then who woke up and practiced and worked on their game to try to be recruited to someone's plantation.
No, but you know what we
try
did?
to be a slave.
No, but you know what we did? You're absolutely right. But what we did do was bred our children to be better, and to be able to pick cotton better, and to be able to serve massa better, and to be able to look better in massa's eyes. So maybe we could be a house nigga one day. Or maybe one of our children's children could be a house nigga one day. It's equivalent.
I see your point. I need to see
the video. Have you seen the special?
The only part that they show is that particular part. I mean, here's the thing. The special could be good. That's a part of the special. The special is not all based around that. I believe it's his story and his journey. And, you know, I want to put that out there. I don't want people to think like this is just, I don't know. But from my understanding, this is a clip from the special.
So
the
here's
special
my point.
Contains a lot more.
So here's my point. We're doing it a disjustice right now because neither one of us have actually saw the special. We are going off of how other people has presented the special. Both of us are. And we're doing it a complete disjustice. And that's really wrong.
But my point to what you're saying is, if that is akin to slavery, as they say, why don't we do away with everything, like even especially combat sports?
Oh, listen, man, bro. You see where I'm at right now as far as sports go.
Like everything ties into everything ties into that,
bro. You see where I'm at right now.
My whole point is sometimes there's a disconnect between the represented and the representative.
Yeah.
And we just accept things open arms, but we don't see that just like back in slavery, there were people put in place to keep people in their place.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I look at certain things, and yes, it's good to explain history, but if you're not giving something after that, like, yes, we are here, this is why we're here, but this is how you navigate these waters. There's no, but this is how you navigate these waters. This is what it is.
But we don't know that because we haven't seen the video.
I'm not saying, I'm generally speaking. I'm not talking about the video. I haven't seen it. I can't speak on it. I can only speak on the part that we saw. And I respectfully, at this point, disagree with certain things until I see it in its entirety. And I always question the representative. I question I know Colin Kaepernick is beloved by a lot of people, but I just question
I don't
him.
love him. Just to let you know.
Huh?
Just to let you know, I don't love him. I didn't know about him before the knee. And even though I was a football guy.
And people say you didn't know about him before that because
he wasn't that good.
Right.
Because he wasn't that good. That, you know what I mean?
You know,
so that's what I'm saying.
They would hold
up
up Michael Vick's stats and his stats, and
oh,
he couldn't hold a candle to Vick.
I'm sure he couldn't. Because you would know his name like Michael Vick's.
Right.
All of those guys that are like that, you know their name. You know Colin Kaepernick's name because of he knelt. That's why we know his name.
Because even when you talk about Vick, yes, people remember the dog fighting.
Uh-huh.
But Vick was a beast.
But as a marketing promoter, I also got to respect that. You know what I'm saying? I also got to respect the fact that I didn't know you before then.
I see what you're saying.
I also got to, you know what I'm saying?
And this is no dig on Kaepernick. Like, he's doing what he has to do for him. Anyone who has to do what they have to do to make a living, I get it. I may not agree with certain methods, but I get it. Shit is real out here. You get it how you live. You do what you have to do. I don't know. I would have felt better the information coming from him if he kind of had it in his background, and he doesn't. Like, you're not raised by anyone
so
like
what
us.
You're doing, by that statement, what you're saying is you're kind of diminishing the message because of the messenger, which throws me to our last president, right? Because I've had this conversation with Juan over the last few days. You know, just because Orange Man is a racist doesn't mean this racist can't say something that I will agree with. And just because I agree with this one thing doesn't mean I agree with his racist agendas.
I understand that, but we're talking about having, okay, what monetary gain did the former president get financially because of certain tweets or certain things that he said that
he rode Twitter to the White House?
The other side.
No, he rode Twitter to the White House. Everything that he said and did was to bring him to the White House. So all of it. And it wasn't about financial. It was about getting to where he had to go. That was his goal. So every goal is not financial. Right? Like, He didn't even freaking want the salary. He
That
wanted
brings
the
me
power.
back to my point that I'm saying. What if your main bread and butter is based on reminding people of the atrocities that we've been through, I just think there needs to be a little bit of
solution.
Yes, that
I
comes
agree.
behind it.
And I
Because
agree with you.
if you don't do that, everyone is gonna get stagnant.
I agree
Look,
with you. No, wait,
there should be
no,
some
but you made a
people
point.
lined
Hold
up.
on.
There should be.
No, hold on. You made a point.
point.
No, you made a point, and I agree. Hold on one second. You made a point, and I 100% agree with you. On that note, though, right? That's exactly what happened with me. Right? Listen, guys. Hey, wake up. Yo, listen. Here's a problem over here. We need to. The solution is we need to cut that off.
Right.
It's so. Like I said, we haven't seen this, so we don't know what has been.
You
we
know
really
what it
don't
is?
know.
I think I see what's going on here. You know what it is? Maybe because I cut those things off a long time ago. Because you said,
But you really
brought
haven't. But you really haven't, because here's the thing: you're in the same field, just like how you pointed out. Let's cut. If that's the case, let's cut out all of it. But your passion.
I think though there's a difference with. Here's the thing with me. I was bullied.
No, okay.
Combat sports is one of the original sport. Defending yourself is one of the, like, I feel it should be standard.
Right. So where is the
Forever.
line? Where's the line between defending yourself
Mm-hmm.
and performing at a professional level, Coliseum style, for the higher ups of society?
I agree. We're driving out this weekend because I have a fighter who has a fight this weekend.
Right. And like you pointed out earlier, it's the same thing across the board. We do it in all these sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, we don't get into it because of that. We don't get into it because we want to go play.
Some promoter
Entertain
wants to
massa.
see some bucks on display.
Right. And that's what I compare it to, and that's why I don't partake.
I understand.
But as far as the defending yourself and even with the sports, listen, there's a lot of great things that come out of sports. Studies show, while we're talking bad about sports, studies show that children that grow up with organized sports do way better in the job field than people that don't.
Absolutely.
You know, they learned a lot of life lessons from organized sports and coaching situations and
Discipline,
little huddles and
structure.
Yes, absolutely, all those things.
People
all
yelling
of those
at
things.
you, telling you have to do. You doing something that you don't want to do at a time that you don't want to do it, but you perform anyway. Like that's discipline. And I just
Right.
feel a lot of people nowadays don't necessarily have that.
Right. But most
And that's why we're in the problems that we're in now.
Right. But most people that are into sports, at any, you know what I mean? They get some of that. Right? And the more along they stay into the sports, they develop a lot more of it. And it also comes with a lot of physical benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Health
I don't want
benefits.
anyone to think, I don't want anyone to get misled and think that I'm against sports. Right? I'm trying to point out that there is a level there's a level where it's capitalized. Past
Yeah,
that
you're talking
level.
about the spectacle.
Yes.
When it's on display for money.
Right.
My thing is, it could be on display for money. It's just who controls it. My thing has always been about control. Where's the money coming from? Whose hands is it going into?
Mhm.
And who benefits from it?
Right. And then when you get to pay-per-view in those levels, everything is out of control. Everything is out of our control. We ain't getting none of it. What we're doing is we're pleasing the upper heads, regardless of skin color. It's poor people pleasing the upper heads.
I agree. The only difference is now, if you do it right, you can set yourself up to where you can change a generation in a generation.
Right.
And that's my point. Like, our ancestors fought for that.
Right. Right.
They went to say that our struggle is different. I'm not dismissing it. We do go through a struggle, but to say that we went through what they went through when they kind of paved the way for us. Think about the issues that we have to deal with nowadays. They were dealing with food and survival. We dealing with keeping certain people out of certain bathrooms. It's a whole, like, it's on a whole different, and I'm talking about the stuff that makes mainstream news. Sometimes you look at it and it's like, is this really news? Like, is this really happening?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I'm like I said, I don't want to harp on it too much, but I mean, we'll look at it. Matter of fact, we'll look at it. We'll see what
I
it's
say we
about.
make an assignment. Is the Netflix special out?
I don't know.
I say we give ourselves an assignment. I think we actually owe it to ourselves to watch it and to talk about it some more.
All right. We'll go ahead and do so.
Yeah, yeah. But let's talk freedom.
It's about that time, folks.
And we's about to go.
We appreciate y'all being here riding with us. And, I'm definitely going to get that raccoon made, and I'm going to just hold it up. I think we should make one for each of us. So anytime any of us get on, you know what? It should be a raccoon driving a train. So we say you on the coon train again.
Coon train. I'm going to get some sound effects.
I think we need to do that. I'm going to work on it.
All right, y'all.